In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه من سنة بسنة الدين أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. This is Imam Jawad Ahmed and welcome to another episode of Why Islam Revered series. Today we'll be talking about the basic rituals in Islam. As you know, in the previous videos you have watched about tahara and purity and najasa, hygiene, and also terminologies. Today we'll be talking about some of the basic rituals that are important, especially for a new Muslim, someone who enters into Islam and they are not aware of these basic rituals in Islam. You can also call this basic etiquettes or manners in Islam. For example, first one, and which is very important, whatever we do in Islam, we do with our right hand. The Prophet Muhammad said in many numerous hadiths that when you eat, eat with your right hand. When you drink, drink with your right hand. Meaning you're holding a vessel, or holding a glass or jug or bottle or anything, hold with right hand. Left hand is not at all permissible in Islam for various reasons. One of the hadiths of Rasulullah says that when we eat or drink with the left hand, Shaitan, Iblis, the Satan is eating or drinking with us. What that means is that when the food and drink may be going in our bellies, in our stomach, but the nourishment is not going to the body because Satan is also a partner in that meal. That is why Prophet Muhammad forbade us using the left hand in anything. Even if you are using your keys to open a door or do something, use right hand. It is the sunnah of Muhammad to use the right hand in everything. So it's very important to understand that we program our brain, our mind, such that we become cognizant of the fact that whatever we do with the right hand. I know it is tough, especially for newcomers, new Muslim brothers and sisters who may not be used to this. It may be a challenging task, but it is doable. It's easy. If you just program your brain and say, look, whatever I do with right. And if somebody sees you doing it with the left and they remind you, just stop right there and do it with the right hand. I know a lot of people are left oriented, or they write with the left hand, they eat with the left hand. Of course, in those circumstances, the Sharia, the Islamic law allows that if a person from birth, they are using their left all the time, so that's an exception. But still, if they can try to use their right, even though they are used to using left, that is more rewarding. Because whatever we do with our right hand, it is rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is why we have to be cognizant of the fact that we use our right hand for everything. The other reason behind this, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, why we don't use the left hand, is because Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, told us to use our left hand to cleanse ourselves in the bathroom, in the toilet. As you know, we spoke in the previous videos about tahara, that we have to cleanse ourselves in the bathroom. We don't just use a toilet roll or toilet paper, but we also have to use water, and we use the left hand and a water from a jug or a bucket or something, or a bottle that we can clean and wipe off the feces or wipe off the urine drops or anything. So that because the left hand is used in the cleansing process in the toilet for a Muslim, so that is why it is also discouraged and rejected to use the left hand in aspects of daily rituals. And right hand is also a blessing. Whatever we do with the right hand, it is a blessing. We use our right leg also when we are stepping out of the house, and when we're stepping in, stepping back in, then with the left hand or left leg. So the other aspect with the basic ritual is that whenever we do something, we start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As you know, brothers and sisters, that the first surah in the Quran, Surah Fatiha, starts off with the first ayah, which is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So whatever we do in Islam, whether we are eating or drinking or setting out of the house or getting in the car, whatever we're doing, any basic, even if you're writing something, you pick up a pen and you're about to write something, you start saying Bismillah. Bismillah, just a short word, Bismillah means in the name of Allah. Why do we do that? Two main reasons. Number one, we are invoking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are beseeching Allah. We're asking Allah that in your name I begin this act. So bless me God, or bless me Allah in this act. Second thing, you are asking Allah for help. Whatever you're doing, whether it's such mundane acts as tying the shoelaces, or it could be something very, very trivial and basic like brushing your teeth in the morning in the bathroom. You start off with Bismillah, in the name of Allah. So there are two predominant reasons why we do that, wisdom. One is to invoke the name of God in every action we do, so we are invoking His blessings. And number two is aid and assistance. We are always in need of Allah's aid and assistance. We are indebted to Allah. We owe Him our life, like I mentioned in the previous videos. So therefore, we invoke His name in everything we do to get more blessings and more aid and assistance and help from Him. Because if we start something and don't say Bismillah, we will not have the blessing of God in that act. Second, there will be no help or aid, assistance from Allah, from God, in that action because we did not say Bismillah. So I know we have to get used to this ritual or this practice in our life. And as a new Muslim, as a newcomer, it is a little bit demanding to remind ourselves. But once a person gets in the groove and gets in the habit, it becomes second nature. It becomes very, very natural. You will always see yourself saying Bismillah, Bismillah. You can either say the shorter version, Bismillah, or you can say the longer version, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Just like at the beginning of every surah in the Quran, it says Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. But just saying Bismillah is fine. You're getting in the car, Bismillah. You're climbing up the stairs, about to get in the elevator, Bismillah. Programming your brain that everything I do, everything I say, everything I am to do in this daily life, I start with the name of God, name of Allah, Bismillah. Because by saying Bismillah, A, we are remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. B, Allah gets very happy and tells the angels that look, this slave of mine, he or she on earth, is remembering me in every action they do. The Sahaba, Ridwanullah Majma'een, the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they used to say Bismillah in every action that we do. And that is why it is very important, except for one thing, that is going to the toilet, the bathroom. When the call of nature comes, when we enter, we say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. We say, I seek refuge in Allah from Satan the accursed. Because we're entering a place of najasa, impurity, a place of dirtiness and filthiness. So we seek refuge in Allah from those dangers over there. So, coming back to the conclusion that whatever we do with the right hand, and whatever we do, we say Bismillah in the beginning to invoke the blessings of God, and also to get aid and assistance from God in whatever endeavor, whatever chore, whatever errand. Even if you're going to the post office to mail a letter, you say Bismillah, and you let it go with the stamps and everything. And whatever thing we are doing, whatever thing we are engaged in, when we end, we say Alhamdulillah. So memorize these two terminologies, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. One is Bismillah, second is Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah basically is a dua, is a supplication. It's an invocation to God, that all thanks and praise belongs to Allah. All thanks to Allah that He made this work of mine so easy. See, you start off with your right hand, you started by saying Bismillah, and then you end by saying Alhamdulillah. All thanks to Allah for making it easy for me. So if we remember Bismillah and we remember Alhamdulillah, everything that we do becomes a worship, a rewarding act of worship. The angels will write it down as a ibadah, as a worship, and we get rewarded for that because we invoked God, invoked Allah by saying Bismillah, and then we ended the action with praising and thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all praise and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember these two words, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, and start using them in your daily life so that you can get used to it, becomes a part of your habit. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.